Hello and welcome to my class on how to take your manuscript, upload it to Amazon, and publish it as a paperback. My name is Rick Michaels, and I'll take you through the steps that I took to publish my manuscript up on Amazon. So let's go ahead and get started. This is where you're going to want to start, kdp.amazon.com, to get to this page for Kindle Direct Publishing. So if you have an Amazon account, sign in with your Amazon account, and if you don't have one, sign up. I'm going to go ahead and sign in now, and here we go. Oh, I got a problem with my password. No problem, and let's do that again. Okay, and once you're signed in, you'll come to this page, Kindle Direct Publishing, on this page of this area called Bookshelf. And this is where we're going to do our work, most of our work. And down here, you'll see create a new title, and this is where you're going to create your new title. You may have one of these already. You may have uploaded a Kindle ebook, which is a lot easier than a paperback. But a paperback, once you know what you're doing, you can do that as well. Here are my books. These first three books are mistakes. They are not published. They're actually books that I started to work on in order to produce this video, to be honest with you. I can't delete these, and I found out how and why I can't delete them, and I'm going to teach you so that as you do it, you're not left with all these. But the important thing to know is that these are not published on Amazon. They're just sitting here, and I'll tell you why I can't get rid of them a little bit later. These are the books that I do have live on Amazon, and this is an ebook here, Jewish Messiah, which is a preamble or a first version of my book that I'm going to walk through, which is Messianic Men. And this is both a Kindle ebook and a paperback. So let's go ahead, and we're going to create a paperback. But before we do, let me take you through something really important, and that is how to contact Amazon for support. Amazon is not all that interested in talking to you on how to do things, but if you can find them, they're kind of hiding them from you. But if you can find them, you can ask them a question and they will get back to you. And I've learned a couple things by doing this, and I'm going to show you what I've learned, and hopefully it'll work, because I tell you, they are really good at hiding support. So what you want to do is go to community. There might be an easier way, but I don't know what it is. So I'm going to take you this way. Go to community, and here you go, all your topics. You may find out what you need here. Other people are telling you how they figured things out, but you may want to go straight to Amazon, because everybody's got a little bit of a different issue, and it's hard to find your issue. And usually, if you need to contact support, it's because, frankly, a lot of times you're the first person that came across this problem. Or your problem is unique to your situation, and you need to talk to somebody, who created the program. So here we are down here. Go to contact us. See how well it's hidden? So you're formatting your book. You got a problem. Maybe you've gone through the community. You can't find it. Maybe you want to skip the community and go straight to Amazon. And frankly, you have every right to do that. So let's say you're formatting your book. Come back here to Other. And this is what you want to do. Is find the Other. Ask your question here. Tell them what the problem is. And hit Send Message. That is how you contact Kindle directly for support. And you'll get an email hopefully within 24 hours, so be aware. Okay, let's go back to Bookshelf, and let's go ahead and start our paperback. I'm going to create a new paperback as if I'm going to upload Messianic Men again. So actually I can't publish it again. It's already been published. If I'm going to publish it again, I'll do a second edition. Let me just call this, give this book a different title. I'm going to call it Messianic Men. I don't know. We'll say the sequel or part 2. Whatever. The sequel. Okay. So give it a title, and you probably know how to do all this already. But title, a subtitle. Just scroll down here. If it says optional, you don't have to do it. If it doesn't say optional, they're going to want something. So you'll want to put your name. I'll go ahead and put my name here. Description, you'll need a description, and then I'll say the follow-up to Messianic Man. And again, I am not going to publish this book. I'm just showing you how I would go about doing it if I was going to publish a book on paperback. Choose up to 7 keywords. You do need, oh, excuse me. Do you own the copyright? Click yes. Categories, okay, this is optional, but categories, they want you to choose a category. Let's do that. This book is nonfiction. This book is biography. It's a biography on Jesus Christ. Jesus the Messiah. It's religious. And so safe. So that's how, this is how Amazon will categorize my book. Okay, does this book, okay, choose categories, we did that, it's right here. Does it contain language? No, doesn't contain inappropriate language. Okay, so we save and continue, or save as draft. Let's go ahead and save and continue. Okay, so, and now we'll go and begin the content. And this is where we upload our book. Now, I want to talk about ISBN. You have the option here through Amazon to get a free ISBN. Okay, do not click this yet. Okay, and this is the reason why I can't delete those unfinished examples that I set up before. I contacted Kindle through their very elaborate support helpline and they let me know is I can't delete those options because I created ISBN. So I'm going to talk about ISBNs. You can have Kindle supply you your own ISBN, or you can use to supply ISBN for you, or you can use your own ISBN. And get information here on ISBNs and why that's important and how to make that decision. Now, personally, what I did was I went ahead and had KDP assign me a free ISBN. And that's great for me because I was doing my distribution through Amazon. Amazon's my distributor, and you know, for all intents and purposes, they're also my publisher, although I'm self-published. So I went ahead and selected that. But if I decide to promote my book through bookstores, if I take my book to bookstores and try to promote it that way, from what I understand, and you may want to do some of your own studying, that they may not want my KDP number. They may want me to get a separate ISBN number. And so you have the option here to provide your own at a discounted rate. So click here and you can buy one for $99. You can here create through this Bowker identifier service, create your own ISBN. So I want you to be aware of that. What I did was I went ahead and had KDP do that, and it's working for me, and it was free, but it might be a good idea to create your own, pay the $99, depending on your marketing distribution model. So anyway, so let's go on from there. So I'm going to leave this blank for now. I'm just going to leave it blank for as long as I can. Okay, so right now what I'm going to do then is I'm going to scroll down. Publication date. You can select a publication date in the future. That it was live. When you want it going live, you may have a launch date that you want to select. or you can go live the day that Amazon accepts your book, says it's ready to go, and publishes it. Okay, so you know, it's up to you. I'm going to go ahead and go live on. Well, I'm going to go ahead and go live. I'm not going to select a date. I'll go live when Amazon accepts it and approves it. These print options down here, we have black and white interior for paper type, or black and white with cream paper, or black and white with white paper. You can select which one you think works. From what I understand, people that write fiction like the cream paper, people that write nonfiction like the white paper. I don't think it makes a whole lot of difference. It's your preference. Trim size. This is the size of your book. 6x9 is, as you can see, the default size. Let me show you something here. This is the book that I printed here, A Messianic Man. It's 6x9 book, and this is what I selected, 6x9. Interestingly enough, I have another book here that I used as kind of a model of how my book can look. I chose 6x9 to look good because I had this book by Frank Maiola, Insurgence, and a lovely book as well. And interestingly enough, these books are pretty much the same size. So this was a great model to use here. As you can see, they're pretty much the same size. So this helped. And so if you have a book that you kind of have an idea, I want my book to look like this, that's very helpful. And we'll talk about that a little bit more later. So I'm going to leave it at 6x9. And the bleed settings, again, well, not again, but there's no bleed necessary in this book. Bleed is only necessary if you've got pictures inside the book that you want, you know, to bleed out past the margin or through the margin, you know, but there's no reason for that in my book. There's just one map inside one illustration, so no bleed's fine. And then cover finish, I believe I have a glossy finish. Your selection, your choice. So you make these decisions here, and then you upload your paperback manuscript. Now I'm going to go back and show you my manuscript, and then we'll upload it, and then we'll work on the book cover. So a couple things I want you to be aware of when you create your manuscript. Now I created my manuscript through Word. I used Word, and chances are you will as well. You will as well. And here it is. 3 things I want you to be aware of. The first thing is you want to make sure that your book has a gutter, a good gutter that will make it readable. And by gutter, I mean the margin area. So let's go back to my book here, Messianic Man. And if you open it up, and this is something you didn't have to worry about with an iBook, but it's important for a paperback. The gutter is this area in the middle, of course, between the left page on the left and the page on the right. This is the gutter. Now your gutter, you want enough space so you can read this, and it's a pleasure for the reader to read it. Okay, so you want a good gutter, and Amazon will help you. It'll let you know if they don't think your gutter is going to work. If you don't leave enough margin on the left and the right, the facing pages, then people are going to have a really hard time. Have to really open it up to read it. Okay, so you can see I have a pretty good gutter here, and it took me a couple tries to get the gutter right. Going back to Frank's book, Insurgence, I'll open that up, and you can see he's got a very nice gutter here. Baker Books did a beautiful job with this book, and so you know, you're going to want it's good to take a look at another book and say, yeah, I want a gutter that size. It's very easy to read, and the size of the gutter is I think it needs to be larger with the size of the book. It just seems to me that the more pages you have, the harder it is to really open it up. And so I think that gutter sizes have something to do with the size of the book. So anyway, so let's go ahead. So to do that, to do the work to get your gutter right, I would go to Layout, Margins, go to your margin pages, and go to your custom margins. And here in margins, you have the place where you put in your margins, and you can set your gutter here, or you can set it here. The gutter is just basically, you know, the inside of there. So I put the gutter 0.9 inches here. Um, I also understand that if you want to put your 9 inches here, you can do this as well. And then as you can see in the preview, it kind of it puts this here like this. It gives you the margin size. Now if I hit OK here, that works just fine. I think it works fine. But you'll see. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to change it back to the way that I had it, which was like this. Okay, because like I said, I'm just going to do the way that I did it here. So let's go ahead and take a look at this again. And okay, and so I didn't save that. Okay, and the reason why I didn't use the gutter option in Word, but instead, you know, put the margins here, the inside and the outside, like so. And the reason why I did that was because I followed a YouTube video myself where the lady talked about this, and gutter was not an option in this earlier version of Word. So your version of Word may not even have this option, gutter. So if that's the case, then the inside is 0.9 is what I did, and the outside is 0.38. And this worked for me. Prior to that, I tried a smaller gutter, and it did not look good. In fact, I'll show it to you right now. When I got my my proof copy, and you'll get a proof copy, and we'll walk you through that as well. You'll get a little stripe here. It says not for resale. It's a proof copy. And when I opened it up, I looked at the gutter, and the first thing I noticed was I don't like this gutter at all. I think it's too much trouble for the reader. Okay, so I went back, and I did not accept this proof. I did not accept it for publish. I went back, expanded my gutter to 0.9, and got another book, and opened it up, and decided, yeah, this is much better. So that's how you that's basically how you make sure your gutter is the good size. But if Kindle does not like the size that you gave it, it'll warn you, and we'll see if it warns it here. You know, in this example that I'm showing here, I actually set my gutter on in one of my sections to be too small, to see if I can get that error. So let's go ahead and OK this. Oh, you know, let's go back to custom margins. Okay, let's go back to paper. And here you got to make sure your paper size is a custom size of 6x9. I decided I'm going to have a 6x9 book, so I set my pages 6x9. Word, you know, probably defaulted your page number to 8.5 by 11. So your book's going to be smaller than that unless you set it at 8.5 by 11, and some people do. But I'm setting mine at 6.6 by 9. So that's good too. And so I think we're ready to go. So just kind of scroll here to show you the pages. And of course, to set your margins, you need to make sure that the left-hand side, let's go here. So you can see that the left and the right go back and forth, and you want to make sure that the page on the left has the small margin on the left and the wide margin where the gutter will be, and then the page on the right has the small margin on the right and the larger gutter on the left. Okay, just like any book would. And that's the main thing you want to be aware of, I think, when you write a paperback, when you go from ebook to paperback, because of course ebooks, they don't care. So, and as you can see, of course, just to do this again, of course, you know, you have to make sure that the left has the gutter on this side, and that the right page has the gutter on that side, and they're facing properly. So, and then you'll be able to test that when you upload your manuscript. So let's go ahead now and save this document as a Adobe PDF. You can see there's an option to save as Adobe PDF. Your version of Word may not have this, but and if it doesn't, just come to Save As and save it in in the folder you want it to. Just go Save As Type, scroll down here, and use PDF. And you can, according to Kindle, you can save it as a Word and upload the document as a Word, but they recommend you save it as a PDF. And I tried to upload it as a Word document. I had problems. I saved it as a PDF and uploaded it, and those problems went away. So they highly recommend you save it as a PDF, and I will as well. So let's go ahead and save our folder program as a PDF, or book as a PDF. And then we'll go in and take a look at it. And to look at it, we open up Acrobat Reader. Let me go open that up. And this is a free option, of course, a free program from Adobe. Just go to their website if you don't have it and download it. And let's go ahead and open Class Demo. And let's kind of scroll and take a look at it here. And everything looks pretty good. Okay. All right. So we have our gutters on the left and right. Just kind of look at it. Everything looks really good. And so I'm happy with it. Let me go ahead and exit out. And now let's go back to our Adobe, Kindle, Amazon. And I'm still going to skip the ISBN for now. I'm now going to upload paperback manuscript with the settings that we had set up ahead of time. Let's go ahead and do that. Upload manuscript. And I need to find it. Here it is, PDF. Let's go ahead and upload. Now, once your manuscript is uploaded successfully, you should get a little check mark here that said that it is uploaded successfully. So the next step is to create the cover. So let's scroll down here to the book cover, and here we'll create our book cover. You have three options here. You can download a KDP template to create your own cover. You can upload a cover you already have, or you can use their cover creator to create a book. And this is what I used, and this is the example that I'm going to take you through. I do have a front page cover that I'm going to put on my cover, and so I will use this cover creator to do that. Select the cover creator, and the next step is to choose a design. Then we'll fix it up, we'll preview it. So let's go ahead. Now Kindle has some nice images that you may want to scroll through the image gallery and find one that you may like for your own cover, or you may, like me, have a cover designed already and you want to select that, or you can skip this step, put the image in later, and get the image later, but in the meantime put in the text for your cover. I'm going to go ahead and select my cover from my computer, so I click this, and then I have an artwork. I do have some cover work that I have, and here's one that I did Messianic Man. I want this to be my front cover, and I believe it does need to be 300 DPI. So go ahead and open it, and if it doesn't like it, it'll let us know. So I'm going to go ahead and select and open this for my cover, and it's uploading the image now. Okay, once it's uploaded the image, it gives me some templates that I may choose from. And these are 6 templates that I have. As you can see, the first template option, it took the cover that I offered and put it on the front page as I wanted it to. The other options are if your front cover, if your cover is to fit the entire book, then it'll stretch it out and put it in the entire book. Or here's some of the options you can use. This would not look good. I don't think Jesus would look good on the spine of the book. So I like these options. They look really nice, but they're not going to work for my needs. So I'm going to select this design. Okay. So if I don't like any of those designs, I can go back and start over and see if I can figure it out. So let's go ahead and choose this design. And as you can see, I've got a book here, design, and here is where I'm going to put the picture of me, about the author here, and about the book here. So let's go ahead and select a picture from my computer. I'm going to select this one, 300 DPI picture of myself, and upload the image. And there I am here in all my glory. Now a little text about me, my biography. Now if I want to write it here on the fly, I can. I click in here and I can type, and it fits into this area, and the font will adjust the size depending on how many words I use. But I already have done this ahead of time. I've created my biography for the book in a Word document, so I'm going to go find it, and here it is. About the author is down here, so I'm just going to copy and paste this. Copy and paste, and there we have. And I can update this if I want to make some changes, any typos that I see here. So look it over. If it looks good, fantastic. Down here I'm going to put my text about the book, which I've already done ahead of time. I can type it in here on the fly, but I'm going to copy and paste again. So whoops, wrong one. So let me see here. I want to go to Word and copy and paste this information that I create ahead of time and place that in there. Here. And there we go. So I've got my cover. Cover looks great. Spine looks good. And here's my picture about the author, about the book. I suppose I could change the font if I wanted to, but I like this font. Looks good. Barcode area here. This is where the barcode will be placed. When I select my ISBN number, the ISBN number on a barcode will be placed right here. If I do want to choose different fonts, I can come here. If I want to choose different layouts, again, I can come here. Maybe I want to put the picture here instead of there. But this looks good. This is what I chose. So let me go ahead and preview. I might be able to change colors here from black to red. I could select that and select a color scheme. But I'm going to leave this the way it is and hit we'll preview again. Update the preview. Let's take a look at it. Okay, and let's save and submit. Okay, now it's not going to let me submit until I assign the ISBN number. Okay, so if I scroll down here, yes, the cover was uploaded successfully, but before it can process the file, I need to create an ISBN. So I'm going to go ahead and do that here. So I've waited as long as I can. I like the cover, I like the text and everything, although I still have to go through a quality control check. I can't do that quality control check until Kindle says I can't go any further until you give me an ISBN. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and create a free ISBN and assign it to the book. Bam, there it is. I now have ISBN, and now I can launch the previewer and look at the file. So it's going to take me through this process. It's going to prepare the files and do an internal automated quality control check and let me know if there's any issues that it may have that will prevent Amazon from accepting it until I fix those issues. So, and there should be some issues in here because I placed some issues on purpose, as I mentioned earlier. So let's, this will take a few minutes. It'll just check for quality control issues, and we'll just let it do its quality control check, and then we'll look at the issues and then fix them. And we'll see the gutter size. I did make a mistake in my book, and in the end of the book, I created a gutter size that wasn't quite right, would fail, and so we'll take a look at that. Okay, quality control check is complete, and it found some errors that I need to fix. You can see right here it says error, and there was an insufficient gutter. Okay, now as it says here, books with over 419 pages must have at least 0.625 for the gutter. And as you saw earlier, I made it 0.9 for almost all of the book, except for these final 4 pages. So let me show you those pages. And you can see here that the gutter is insufficient. So whereas these earlier pages, the gutter, the text falls within the accepted range. In these last 4 pages, because I messed up the gutter, I have to go fix them, or it won't, this book will not be accepted for publication. So we can see that there, and let's go ahead and scroll some more. And it's got some other issues that it suggests that I fix. Now, because this is in red, I have to fix these errors. Because this is in green, it's going to just warn me that I might have some issues here. And I can look at them and see if it's an issue. And the issues with these are that when I saved the file, there were hyperlinks in the book, and I didn't change the hyperlinks. And so Kindle said, okay, I accepted, for the most part, these are hyperlinks, but here it apparently on page 1 it had an issue with the front page with the fonts that I used. It went ahead and corrected it, and it's okay just letting me know. If I want to fix that, I can go back and fix it, but I like it, looks good. And then down here, these are the fonts, and these pages are showing up as errors because these are hyperlinks, and the table of contents is a hyperlink. Every page is hyperlinked in the text. So it went ahead and removed the hyperlink text fonts and put in regular fonts. And it's just letting me know that that's the case. And so these all look good. I just go through. Now here, as you can see, we actually have hyperlinks that it's warning me about. And so every page here that it's had a problem with my font is because of a hyperlink that I placed inside the text. So it's going to look like this in the text. It's going to look like this in the book. Of course, hyperlinks won't work. You can't open up a paperback and touch it and go to the page. But that's okay. The reader will see this and say, oh yes, those are web pages I can check. So scroll through here, everything looks good. And check the issues. And because I have errors, I have to go back and fix it before it will be approved. So I need to exit Print Previewer, go back, fix those gutter issues, and then when I run through this check, it'll say approved. So let's go ahead and exit Print Previewer and go back and do that. So I'm going to go ahead and call up Word again. Go to my book and scroll down to the end of the book. Well, let's just go ahead and use these handy dandy hyperlinks and go get there. Whoops, okay. Control click. And as you can see, I don't have much of a, as you can see here, I do not have much of a gutter. So let's go take a look at the problem here. Layout, margins, custom margins. And yes, I changed the gutter, inside gutter to 0.17. Let's change that to 9 for this section. And let's make sure it looks good. I've got some gutter again, looks good now. And I think we're good to go. Okay, let's just take another quick peek and make sure. Yes, okay. Always good to double and triple check. I'm good to go. Okay, so let's go ahead and save it again as a PDF. We'll go ahead and put it in second edition again. Save as a PDF. And we'll go ahead and overwrite the previous one. Yes, replace. Let's go ahead and open it up. In Acrobat Reader. Take a good look at it. Let's go ahead and open. Make sure we have the most recent version here. Class Demo PDF and open. Make sure it looks good. Looks good. I like it. That looks good too. So let's upload it again. Back to paperback content. Let's go ahead and upload our paperback manuscript again with our changes. And then we'll run the quality control check, and hopefully this time it'll like what we did. Okay, uploaded successfully, very good. Now what we can do now is launch the previewer. I see it's still processing the file here. So launching the previewer, we'll see if it allows me to launch the previewer anyway. And it looks like it's going to go ahead and go through the process again of preparing the file and then do the quality control check. Okay, well, looks like the work is done here. Let's take a look at our quality control checks. We talked about the fix and the green, so it's okay, and have no problem with the front page. Okay, and they've removed non-printable markup from these documents. That's fine. No problem there. These look good. And as you can see, there is no longer an error for the gutter. As you can see, everything, these area pages fit within the gutter really nicely. So everything looks really good, and therefore, as we see down here, we have the option to approve this book. So if I like it, one last look here. I could scroll all the way through the entire book, and if I like it, fantastic. I'm going to go ahead and approve this. Bam. Okay, everything is complete except for paperback rights and pricing. Down here we have the summary, and you can see here that for the pages, 19 pages, 6 by 9, etc., the printing cost, to me, the printing cost is $5.88 per book on Amazon, which means that I can buy copies from Amazon for my own distribution at $5.88. So that's very nice to know. Let's go ahead and go to next step pricing. Save and continue. Okay, and here you can price your book according to however you want to price it with Amazon. And you may know about this already, but let's say I want to sell it for $19. Let's say $19.95. Okay. It lets me know that at $19.95 it's going to cost Amazon $5.88 for printing. The royalty rate is 60%, and I get a royalty for every copy. Amazon will send me $6.09 for royalty, and that kind of thing. So here you want to be a little careful, because you may be all excited and say, hey, I'm ready to publish my paperback book. I would suggest not clicking this. Do not click it until you first request a proof copy of this book. This is what you want to do next, is request a proof copy. Okay, so let's go ahead and save and continue. And here I can order up to 5 copies. So I would select how many I want. Maybe you want to pass them around for people to look at. And again, like I said, when your copies come, you'll have this little stripe on here, let you know that it's not for resale, it's a proof. Go ahead and select how many you want and submit your proof request right here. And it will I'm not going to click it here, but just submit proof request. What it will do is it'll give you an email to complete your proof order, and if you complete your proof order within 24 hours, it will send you the proof. If you don't complete that purchase within 24 hours, then it'll then it won't complete the order, and you'll have to try to order it again. So that's your next step then. Submit the proof request. The book comes in the mail. Take a look at it. Make sure it meets with your specifications. And if that's the case, then you go ahead and finish the job of publishing it. You click a option to publish, and your book is then, what will happen then is actually, besides the quality control check, there will be someone internally at Amazon who will look it over himself and okay it, for proof. And if they see any issues, then you'll get an email saying your book isn't ready for publication on Amazon until you fix these issues. So submit your proof request, order your proofs, look them over, and then and follow any directions after you decide to go ahead and publish it. And then within a couple days, Amazon will have your book ready for publish, available on Amazon, and will send you an email letting you know that there it is. And happy publishing. And if you have any questions, again, feel free to shoot me an email. There's my email address right there. And thank you for your time. Good luck. Bye bye.